Hey, Pastor Steve Waldron, I hope you're having a great day in Jesus. You know, John Bunyan, that Baptist minister who wrote what many people say is the second best-selling book of all time, I don't know about that, Pilgrim's Progress, he also wrote The Holy War. Now, I've had friends of mine read this. I think they've actually made a movie about this. I have never completed this book, and I really want to. If you only knew how buried I am in reading right now. And it's all good. That's the thing. It's not like I'm reading something that's like, I can put that down. It's unbelievable. So, The Holy War, Anico Press sent us this book, and we give much appreciations to Anico Press for sending us this book. But they're based out of Wisconsin. It does have more than 100 original illustrations. Also has The Life of John Bunyan by William Brock. Now, I did want to read this to you. Oh, by the way, Anico Press, if you go on YouTube and punch in Anico Press, they've got dozens of Christian classics read by professional narrators that are just wonderful. I say they're professional, they sure sound professional. But this will give you a little idea. It's a very large book. It's over 400 pages, and some of that is illustration. What if you were able to see your life from a spiritual perspective and see the actual reality of the verse above, we wrestle not against flesh and blood? It reminds you of Frank Peretti's This Present Darkness. How does our enemy, Diablos, plan and carry out his attacks? How do his demons help, and what are their objectives? Also, Screwtape Letters by Lewis. Why and how must we petition Emmanuel to get his attention and help with this great holy war? Written 4 years after the Pilgrim's Progress. You have to remember Bunyan was in jail, I think, for 12 years for preaching the gospel. John Bunyan followed up with his second allegorical classic, which has touched hearts and minds of readers for generations. The epicenter of this book is the town of Mansoul, its people such as conscience, self-denial, and do-right, and its gates, eye gate, ear gate, mouth gate, nose gate, and feel gate. I love it. The attack by Diabolus and his demons, all of whom have appropriate names, is carefully planned and executed. As it still happens to men today, Mansoul fell hard. Emmanuel is, of course, willing to help, but can only do so on special, seemingly strict terms. As you watch this intense battle unfold, you'll be emboldened to fight with new guidance, to guard the gates with tenacity, to rely on Emmanuel's sovereignty like never before. Let me just show you. It's decent print. It's not large print, but it is very readable, real good spacing. But here's the illustrations that really help in this. And it's the type thing, homeschoolers, I just recommend this. Instead of watching TV, I definitely recommend reading something like this. It's just great stuff. I pray God gives you a love for reading. God gave us His Word and His will through a book. So He obviously wants us to read. And so somebody who doesn't read is just like somebody who can't read. So we want a literate society. And him being in prison in the UK, and I think, like John Milton was highly persecuted and came up with his, Aeropagitica, I can't pronounce that well. But anyhow, talking about freedom of religion. And so our country was founded by people who fled England because they couldn't worship God according to their own dictates. And so we always need to fight jealously for that. So The Holy War, John Bunyan, author of Pilgrim's Progress, Anico Press. We appreciate these good folks putting out Christian classics. Man, that it would go from coast to coast and sea to shining sea. God bless. Talk with you later in Jesus' name.